Hey everybody, welcome to the Combo Wombo podcast. I already messed it up. We're keeping it though. We're just going through. I'm your host, Mr. Gimpy, along with the Chipped Monk. What's up, brother? It's been a couple weeks since I've done the opening, man.
What's up, man? Stumbling and tumbling, dude.
Never again. It's because you know what I did?
Right out the gate.
I didn't have like the quick sip of coffee before to wet my whistle, so I just the words just.
You're on yesterday already, dude.
Oh man, your audio
time.
video, brother. You're it's out of sync. It's bugging me.
Yeah. Hello, test.
Oh yeah, no, that's awful.
It's not good. Is it just recording?
It's recording.
It's fine.
I mean, when I hear it, it's just you're like in a Shaw Brothers film that's really badly dubbed.
Hello. Test.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's just not my mouth moving slightly different?
Yeah, no, I know. It's crap. Well, we're gonna go with it though. It's all right. Just keep going. It's mostly about the audio. It's fine. This is gonna be one of those episodes. It's all right. What's up, brother? How happy?
This is just gonna be a black screen, dude.
Happy belated birthday, dude.
Oh shit, yeah.
How'd it go? Did you do anything? Did you
It was great.
Enjoy your life?
I made it around the sun one more time, dude. Another rotation down.
Barely.
Nothing special, dude. That's what being an old man's about. It's just another day, dude. It's like I don't know. Somebody got me some cake. I didn't even want cake, so
nice.
I ate it. Fuck it. I don't know, dude. Like, here's the thing they don't tell you as a kid, dude. As an adult, you can just go buy cake whenever you want, bro.
That's
they don't
true.
ID you or nothing, dude. They're not checking for birthdays. They don't give a fuck, bro.
I don't think anyone gives a fuck if they buy cake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's illegal.
It happens. Oh man. So
yes, I had some cake. That was about it.
Yeah. So did you end up working on that challenge I gave you last week? The 7 different styles?
Nah. I kind of forgot about it. I thought about it a little bit, but no, I was just working on my own shit instead. I did some writing. I wrote like 2 pages of ideas. I don't know, like thumbnailed, like in my 30-minute lunch breaks, I've thumbnailed like, all week long. I've got like another 3 or 4 issues kind of done. I don't really have like the dialogue though. I just kind of have like the layouts and position. I'm making comics the Marvel way, apparently, dude. Like I just like outline like the whole thing without the story, and then I'm gonna go fill in the story afterwards, I guess. I don't know really what I'm thinking. I have like a general sense of like the bits of it.
Okay.
Where like I'll write like the ideas on the panels where I'm like, what if it's just like the guy's like getting woken up in the middle of the night from like messages on his phones, and then like he drops his phone and the screen cracks, and so like the idea is just like from bad to worse to horrible, like is like kind of like the through line.
Okay.
So like in my head is like getting like these like horrible messages, like just news updates, like for his phone. He breaks his phone, and then like it's like still dark, so then he like turns on the light, but the light breaks, and he like slips on the phone, and he has like shards of glass everywhere and a broken leg. Stuff like that. A little old-fashioned gag comic.
Those are gags? Man, you gotta all right.
Yeah.
All right. Broken leg and blood everywhere.
Like
that's hilarious.
It is, dude. Doing it like nobody's ever seen before.
Never. All right. How many pages are you shooting for on this comic?
These are all like 1 page, but they go zines. So like each one's like they're like mini pages. So there's like 6 pages on each of these.
Gotcha. I forgot you're doing them as the little old school pamphlets.
Yeah, they're like little things, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I made like 3D models and I printed those out, and then I'm like drawing over that with ink brushes. So like I 3D modeled like the character to have like the basic shapes for the to draw over.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's like 2 orbs with like where the eye placements on a simple grid material. So I can just like quickly pose and then like play with like if I even want to have this type of character.
Okay.
I don't know. And as I play with them more, I'm like, I'm not even sure if like I like this character, like the design. Like I said, last week I can do like any style, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like it looks fine, but like it doesn't like pull like any emotional resonance with me where I'm just like, eh.
Okay. So when you're
it doesn't
done with this, are you going to do it as an old school zine and just throw it in like a shop, or just hand it out to people? Or what's your plan with that? You're
You
gonna
know,
go to a party and just go
I'll
here,
just have it.
give one some Molly and then a zine, just to,
Yeah, just sit them down. Like, you
yeah,
go, you'll need this for your charity. Good luck.
exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Under this stamp is acid, dude. Like,
Yeah, yep, exactly,
don't worry about it.
exactly. So that's how I imagine the distribution method is going to be. So
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I have no plans for that. I just want to like finish it. I think it's just like a
okay,
fun creative process. Like, I bought some brushes as well the other day. I bought a pack. I'm a chump, dude. I bought like these. There's like a little package for like Inktober. It was like Inktober brushes,
all right. No one was lying
and I was like,
about you.
yeah, all right, I'll pick these up. And so I bought those, and I'm trying them out, and they're mid as hell brushes. Where I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking. Again, I talked about this a little bit last week. Like, I'm really good at drawing, and I think this has been my biggest problem. Is like, I want it to look like more like chicken scratch like style,
Okay.
but like my lines are like super clean, and it looks like printed out. Like, it's like really good. Where I'm like, fuck, man, I want this to kind of look worse and more grungy, but I'm like too good of an artist to like do that style anymore. I think like it's weird. It's like a weird problem to have.
Well,
Like,
you're doing this on pen and paper, right?
like, you know,
At this point,
yeah,
is this just pressure at that point?
yeah.
Just like
I don't,
lighten up,
well, it's
brother.
like it's hard to, yeah, but it's like hard to like get that loose with my drawings anymore, dude. Like, even like I'm like timing a little bit where I'm like drawing like in like 20, 30 seconds, like a whole character from like the model sheet, and I'm like, this looks perfect. Like, but it's like too good. I don't know. I heard this from my one buddy. He was like talking about like for when people are learning the piano, like children, where it gets to a point where they're like playing so good, where they have to like teach them to like slow down and play more human, more expressive. Like, it's like it sounds like a computer almost, like because they're like so in time and so
okay. So you're saying
in key, where it's like no,
you are Skynet at this point. You've become more than man.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, dude. I'm like, damn, this is too good. I don't know. So
All right.
I gotta like
All right.
figure something out from there.
Yeah. Do you have a set kind of
Yeah.
plan or day when you're going to have this work finished at all, or just you're just going with the flow and seeing how it goes?
So far, I'm still just like kind of just. I don't know. We talk about this a lot for like our hobbies and like anything you're trying to pick up or do, or when you're making time. I'm more about like setting like rules and systems now instead of like small sprints that I'm trying to get done. I'm just like, all right, instead of like bursting like 20 hours over like 3 days where I'm just going to knock this thing out, I'm like, all right, let me just slowly keep doing these things on these days. So I know I'm doing like basically my thumbnails and layouts for 30 minutes like through the week, and then like Saturday, Sunday, I like play with it a little bit. Where like I bought these new ink brushes. I made a bit of a temporary 3D model. I printed those out and I inked over it. So then I got like some of those inks done. I'm like looking at them like, how do I like this or not? So it's like very boring. I don't know. Like, it's these are the type of things that could take like months or years to like do or finish. Like if it's like not your full-time profession, if you're not putting in like the hours, like
Sure.
If I had to like put like a arbitrary number on it, I'd say it's probably about like 10 hours a page. To finish one of these.
Okay.
Even though, like, I would consider like the whole thing like one page is like the whole layout.
Sure.
And cumulatively through the week, I probably put like 30 minutes on one of the pages, and then on the weekend, I'm putting like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Into it.
So
it's like 40 minutes, so almost an hour. I don't know, 10 hours. So that's what 10 weeks. It's like 3-4 months. Issue 1 will be done.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Just going at like a chill ass rate.
Gotcha. Allergies are just starting to creep up on me. So excuse me, but
you crying, dude? You're like, it's beautiful, man. It's taking forever.
Yeah, right. It is. Yeah. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've been doing like a lot of this other problem we've talked about as well, which is like false progress. Where I've been watching like a lot of like tutorials and people explaining like their like processes for like making comic books or zines. Even like the further like putting the cart before the horse type of thing. You're talking about like distribution. I was like, like how much does it cost to like get like a legit like print run of like a comic magazine? You can get them for like $15-20 for like a single issue, dude. Like direct print.
Okay. So
And then like it scales up, you know, where you can get to like 250 a book if you get like 1,000 copies or something.
right. Okay.
If you want to drop like 2Gs on something to have them, and then you're just doing mailers and boxers and stuff. And
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
yeah,
So yeah, you're still
yeah,
going
but
going through on that front. That's a cool little
looking
side
at all
quest you got
aspects
going.
of it, man.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fun little thing. Yeah, I think like I haven't really gotten like good at like writing those type of characters or that kind of stuff. Where I'm like, I'm more into like the world building and stuff. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't have much to say. I found that out. I found like I have like little ideas and synopsises for like stories and stuff. But as far as like characters and character dialogue and stuff, I'm like, I'm not too deep on that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Okay. See where the process takes you.
yeah, I might have to like team up with like the professor or somebody who can like do some writing, dude, and be like, here, like literally the Marvel method, be like, here are the pages, like you write the story now to go with this.
I think that's their old
Come up
method,
with
but
the dialogue.
yeah, they have a normal method.
Yeah, it's a really
now,
bad method.
um, so with that said, I wanted to touch on kind of what happened in gaming this week. There's a couple of things I wanted to get your thoughts on, and I'll give you mine too. One, Xbox, Microsoft raised prices for the Series X and the S for they said for profit reasons. Like you're gonna and
Because
Sony
we
did
can,
this.
dude.
Sony
Yeah.
did this as well. So we're raising prices for
Yeah, the
6-year-old
Oculus did this.
consoles. Because like usually at this point in consoles' lives they're lowering the prices, and
Yeah.
my favorite thing that I've seen is in response to this, Walmart of all places just said F it, and they lowered prices. Like Xboxes are on sale for like a good like 50% off right now. So
Yeah, just want to clear out their
so
stock, dude. They don't want
yeah,
to get this shit.
exactly. So Microsoft could raise prices, but that's just the suggested MSRP, right? Like it's the end market, like the store that it's
Yeah.
in, that decides that what price it will sell at. So I love that Walmart just gave them the finger. Also, Sony as well. I've heard from other places that the PlayStation 5s have been on sale as well for like up to 50% off.
Did
So
they do like
local
any like
markets may vary,
value
but
add with these type of
not at
things
all.
where it's like
Neither one.
yeah, you would think like because like this would be like free for them and like something that is easy enough to do, but like oh, you also get like 3 years of like Xbox Pass with this as
Yeah,
well.
nope,
Like this
no
kind
value add, nothing. Which is
we're
just a
packing
slap
in
in
the
the
game.
So those who are younger, this is the generation they're growing up in. Like I'm old enough to remember like pack-in games, right? Like
Yeah.
like you bought your Sega Genesis, you got Sonic with it. You bought your Nintendo, you got Mario with
Lion
it. You bought your
King.
Super Nintendo, you bought Super Mario with it. Things like that. And
Yeah.
then pack-in games started to go the way of the dodo. And then after that, you had like pack-in demo discs. Like
Yeah.
the PlayStation Underground discs and stuff like that.
Didn't Nintendo
Um,
charge for their demo just this last time around, dude?
No,
Or was that just a vicious rumor?
That was a vicious rumor, but
Okay.
I think their online service had like demos in. Don't quote me on that, as I'm going off of memory, but
We're doing no research on here, dude. This is
we're
all
just talking
feels,
off the
dude.
cuff. Yeah, exactly. But
Just feels and vibes
you know,
on this one, dude.
and then with like digital gaming demos are a thing of the past, which are starting to come back now, thankfully, thanks to Steam, honestly,
Yeah.
of all places. But
I think like there was a law passed where they like said something like you have to be able to like require demos or something in a certain country. I don't know. Again, this is all themes and vibes. Maybe somebody was like throwing that around as like legislation or
well, I mean, every digital storefront has a like I think it's a mandatory. You have to at
like
least give
return
people,
policy now.
a few hours or something like that to return it. So after gameplay, so I think that may go into it. But trying before you buy or having a demo to sample the game before you buy was a staple of the early days of gaming, and now you're just hoping for the
Back
best.
in the 1900s, dude.
Yeah. So without that, and with console prices going up, I just can't imagine that families want to jump into the gaming space at this point. It's I think anyone who already owns a PS5 or owns an Xbox Series X, they've already gotten it, because if you're getting it like 6 years after the fact, I feel like you didn't really want it in the first place. But
is everyone just tightening up the belt, do you think? Is it just like streaming services and internet is like where our dollars are going for like the family man? Like if it came down to be like, oh, we could drop like $600 plus like almost 100 on each game, or you could get like a year of like whatever streaming service for entertainment, and then we have the internet and phones for games.
I think
like,
it's pure greed, personally.
yeah, but I'm saying like regular people. I'm talking the other end of it. I know like business people will fuck you over as best they can, as hard as they can, dude. They don't care. I heard this. I was listening to all these interviews with different comic book creators. Todd McFarlane was saying this, where he was like talking about like the comic book boom, and he was like, yeah, in the 90s it was basically just greasy businessmen being like, oh, let's do these variant covers. Like, how can he's like, if I want to like pick the pocket of my consumer, there's 100 different ways I could do that. I'm choosing not to do that. He's like, because I know like when I want to, and I like, if let's say like some bad things happen to my company, I need money, I can then go to the consumer with like my new ideas or something, and then like they'll be willing to spend that money because they know I've been like gave them like such a raw deal like this whole time.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you're giving like your consumer like a raw deal constantly, it's like easier to just kind of walk away, and then you're losing that fan or consumer for life almost. It's like harder to like the most expensive thing for across all medium is like onboarding, is like getting people like eyes and people to like buy into your product, and then like retention's a lot easier than it is to like get the onboarding, but it's just as easy to lose people with like horrific business moves. Even like the diehard fans are like, yo, fuck Nintendo on this one.
The crazy thing is each major company is doing horrible things at the moment, so it's just like, where do you go?
At least like blaming tariffs. I know a lot of companies were blaming tariffs for a while.
But I mean, like you're getting F'd in the A from Sony. You go over to Microsoft, you're getting F'd in the A. You go to Nintendo, and you're like, please, sir, may I also get F'd in the A? Right? So it's just like you're just deciding which company you want to just have their way with you, and you're gonna like it. It's a horrible.
It's like, oh, I like getting robbed. Exactly. Wasn't there just a big lawsuit, like $2.5 billion for like Amazon? Wasn't that a thing where they were robbing people too?
That as well. Yep. So damn. I mean, every digital stuff, like we're at a point where consumers just need to en masse just stand up for just not getting just raked over the coals, So but we're a gaming podcast, we're talking about games.
We've
subscription
always been,
services are we've been
another
spreading
thing. The good word since day one, dude. So this is what, like almost like 6 years of us being like, don't pre-order, don't buy games day one, wait, see what like the value proposition is, like plan out your purchases, wait for sales, like look at reviews, like I don't know, like just be a conscientious consumer. Unfortunately, like the days of like blindly trusting these mass corporations has been over for a while, and I think most people are just now catching up to it. And like I've always like said that I'm okay with like paying for microtransactions and stuff in mobile games, and you've always been like, yo, no, fuck that. If it's a free game, never give them anything. Like
unless you really, you have softened me on that though, because you're
it's like if you're like really enjoying it, and it's like I always look at like your time to money ratio and like the dollars to the value of entertainment you're getting. So if you've gotten like 20 hours of gameplay over like the last like 2 weeks on a mobile game, and it's like spend like $100 because that breaks it down to like $20 an hour worth of entertainment. Like it's not too crazy, and I know if I'm going to spend like another 20 hours, but like a lot of these games though, even like their payment schemes are like you're paying to remove the fun of the game. Like you pay not to play the game. So I wish there's like better design mechanisms on that. Like I think League of Legends does a good job.
They've found out to drip feed you the content and then implement FOMO so that you can always have something. So these seasonal items, it's like they're not coming back, and maybe they will, and battle passes and all that, dude. It's all designed to just
$500,
$200 manufacture the fear of missing out, and then like if you have a friend that does it, or they give it away to streamers, then you're like, oh man, that skin's super cool, I want it. It ends in 3 days. It's.
That's I guess sign up for the lucky draw.
I feel bad for like my kids and everyone getting into gaming now, because like it's very few times in this year, and it'll probably be less next year, where games come out where it's just a singular entertainment resource, right? Like there's probably less that have come out this year that ask only of your time to play that game, right? Like a single player experience, like Expedition 33. Silent Hill F just came out, which from everything I've heard is just a contained story, enjoy that. They're not asking you for the moon afterwards. Then there's the multiplayer centric games that are all like, okay, we have 17 battle passes and stuff. It's there's a point where stuff has to come to a head for not only just the general consumer, but for like hardcore gamers as well. We have this horrible space right now of some of the bigger streamers that influence the younger crowd of like XQC comes into mind when he's sharing his thoughts on Battlefield 6, going, we need a battle pass, we need this. Fuck you, dude. Shut the hell up. No, we don't. We don't need any of that. We don't need a season pass. We don't need any of that. How's the game supposed to make money after it's already released? There's been methods before that have worked in the past. The reason why microtransactions and battle passes are the thing is because profits go sky high. There were these wonderful things called expansion packs that you had back in the day, right? Where it was like this nice chunk of content that you could buy for less than you bought that game for, and play that added a bunch of stuff to the game. Like I'm okay with some level of like skins. Maybe you pay for like maps coming back, right? There since post like Xbox 360 era, the amount of money for like negligible content factor has just skewed in favor of the developer, right? It's like okay, you get these 14 skins for $5. You're like, okay, that's a great deal, until you realize those 14 skins are all recolors. There's so like major skin, right? New animation, stuff like that, $10. Okay, right? But
here's like the thing too, is like the value price proposition, where it's like they're milking you slowly, robbing your pocket 5, 10, 99 cents at a time. So instead of like 2 years from now, like dropping like a good chunk of DLC that actually like you can see like the end product and like you're paying for that, like they're just robbing you a little bit at a time for like 50 cents, because you're like, oh, it's like $10. So it's like by like 2 years you've already spent way more than $20, and you've gotten way less value than you would have if you like were forcing them to like actually give you a product worth your dollar. But instead they're taking a little 50 cents nickel and diming you at a time. So like you don't really realize it's happening. It's very insidious. It's like same with like software as a service, where it's like, yeah, we're going to update, we're going to fix all these features and bugs. And then like, I don't know, I've had like problems like back in the day with like a 3D art program that I used for a Substance Painter. And I emailed like the developer where I was like, hey, can you make it so like the layers, I can like change the transparency on, so I can like texture over like a layer below it. And he was like, oh, just export it to Photoshop for that. I'm like, motherfucker, like, how dare you, dude? Like, your 3D paint, dude, like, this is ridiculous. So like they know that I'm glad I bought that software before it became a subscription model, because now they probably wouldn't even email you back, dude. They'd be like, thank you for your comment. We like your suggestion.
No product that has gone as a service has been made better. Every single product that has become a service is worse off now than it was in the past. And if anyone has an example of something that's better as a service than it was as a full feature product, let me know. Maybe I'm missing it. But Photoshop has been garbage compared to in the past. And people are like, oh, but it has these nice updates, these nice quality of life features. So it would have as well if they released a full version with all of this in, without drip feeding you. We switched to DaVinci Resolve over Premiere because I didn't want to just edit this, right? But also there's other video projects that I've made, which I loved Premiere, right? Even in like I started using it in high school and beyond, right? I've made videos for the casino that I used to work at, we've using Premiere, and I've moved on from that because I didn't want to be just nickel and dimed, monthly, yearly, and to have just Premiere was more expensive than having a whole bundle. It's insane. Like I don't need all the other crap, I just need the one program. So we moved to DaVinci for this. That being said, not open source doesn't have all of the answers. Or open and closed source games, right? Or
it's looking at like Blender,
After
3D,
Effects. Like... there's really no replacement, So
I love After Effects.
So do I.
Yeah, I was using Blender, and like even they've become like very bloated. Like they're I just downloaded like 3.6 the other day because I was like trying to roll back and see if like this add-on worked better with that version. And it's like 300 megabits just for like the old version. But they've also added like a marketplace now on like their website to like sell you like additional stuff. And I'm like, like the community already built like Superhive or like Blender Marketplace or like all these other like Gumroad. People use like all these other sources for that. You don't have to do that.
The funds for that though. I thought that's what that model was, because Blender's still open, isn't it?
Yeah,
I haven't used it in a while. So
they're trying to like, they've made a lot of money. They're still open source. You don't have to pay anything. It's still a great product. I think it's becoming more and more bloated though. Like they need to at this point like chunk off the software into like several parts, because right now it just has tabs for each part. So it should be like modeling as like a standalone, and then like animation standalone, and then like like texturing is a standalone situation as well. Like it doesn't. And then sculpting, I'd do like sculpting as its other own standalone product. Yeah. Like it doesn't need, each of those should only be like 40 megabits big. It doesn't need to be like this massive like bloatware piece of software with all this other bullshit in it.
I think that I don't think like the size is that big of a deal. Megabits or megabytes, I assume.
Yeah, but like, it's running slower though. Like that's the thing. It's like, again, like you can look at like Photoshop where it's like they've added all these like great features and like innovations to the product, but it's become so slow where it takes like minutes to like start up. Like just even like running like a thing to like calculate like the bones on like a rig of a skeleton. It's like freezing up my computer, and I have a really nice computer, dude. Where I'm like, why is this taking like 5 seconds to process? Is this just like bricking other people's computers? Like, what is going on, dude? They're like, oh yeah, and you just gotta wait. It's like, man, this is crazy. Like it was giving me a glitch where it was like making the whole window turn black for a while. Okay, it's never done that before. Like older versions of it, I'm like, what is this shit, dude? Like, how did this become like so bad? And then it's like, oh, maybe it's my computer. Maybe my computer's bad. That's how bad the software has gotten. Where I'm like thinking, like maybe my whole hardware is breaking because this has become so bad. Where I'm like, there's no possible way. But you can look at like Photoshop as well with like stuff where you like open up, or you like try and do like a tool, or like After Effects where you're like doing something and you're like, why is this taking so long? Like this doesn't make sense. Like this is all this thing does. Like I don't know. So you can look at video games the same way. And you kind of talked about this a little bit at the start of what you're talking about for the children. And I've cultural touchstones. I feel like we're not going to have cultural touchstones anymore as a society. Whereas like there used to be like the big blockbuster movie or video game like every year that everyone was talking about, everyone was playing for at least a year. I think those days are just gone, man. I don't know if we'll ever have like a big cultural, like the last one had to have been like probably like Endgame, like Marvel's Endgame, where like everyone was kind of talking about it, like Fortnite for like video games. That's kind of like maybe Minecraft before that. Like it's becoming like fewer and further in between, where it's like, oh, this is like something that's like permeated the major cultural sphere, and like everybody knows about it. And
I think movies still have that power. It's fewer and further between because, let's be honest, like a lot of like the big blockbusters lately have been awful. But if I'm looking at like my kids, like K-pop Demon Hunters has just enthralled the entire younger base to the point where my kids and their classmates on the school bus sing songs from it every morning. So it still happens, but I have not heard of a video game hitting that point with that age group yet.
Marvel Rivals, did they get into that at all?
My kids, or just Oh no, they're too young to really. But like
Minecraft, is it just still that?
Minecraft is still the big one.
Still there.
Yep. So you're right. It's been a while since a cultural touchstone. Honestly,
but they used to be every year you had at least 2 to 3 times a year, where it'd be like, oh, it's either Sonic or Mario, bro. Like it's. You gotta play like Final Fantasy. You check this game out.
Street Fighter Alpha came out, right. Mortal Kombat, Ultimate Mortal Kombat came out. Yeah. There's nothing. It's
banger after banger.
Part of it is because there's too many games coming out all the time.
It's not a bad thing.
It's oversaturation is part of it, but the other part too is we have that 24-hour media cycle, man, that's just, there's nothing to grasp onto. Battlefield 6 had its beta, or ended its beta like a month ago, right? And that's really been, like, any news from it is like, okay, this changed from beta. What about the games that came out like this month, right? Like I want to hear more about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Hollow Knight Silksong. Hollow Knight Silksong had one of the biggest launches I think the biggest launch for any indie product ever, right? And I've heard about it for a week. you know, as far as the
Reaching up.
media cycle. You know, like, so it's just, I feel like when the Game Awards come around, I feel like, you know, we'll hear a lot about like Silk Song and Expedition 33 and just other games that released within this time frame.
Yeah,
But I think that you know, it's the media cycle that really
sure.
robs us of that, and also oversaturation of
Yeah, I believe you're
just
right, and I
product.
think this is why Microsoft and Sony's like such a big misstep. Like we talked about how hard it is to even get eyeballs on things because of the oversaturation, how hard it is to get customers into your product and your ecosystem, and then the retention of that.
Yep.
After you lose them, they're not coming back because it's so oversaturated. It's like they could literally spend their money and time on anything else,
Yeah.
whether it's like going on Steam or their phone or, you know, like playing board games or like, you know, getting into like miniatures and like wargaming. Like there's so many like great and fun hobbies. Like it's not the 90s no more, bro. You can't just be like, picking people's pockets, like much like the Marvel DC thing where they're like, you know, you get all this hype, it's all built up on speculation, and then like it comes crashing down because you've screwed your fans over so many times. It's like you can only do that so much before like the bomb just kind of falls out and the money leaves, and like the money in this point being like the investors and
Yeah.
everybody else, where it's like you're not like, I don't know, like we talked about this. I said it kind of like tongue in cheek, where like after GTA 6 comes out, that might be the death of video games, like because it's going to be like that might be the next cultural touchstone, where it's like
That will be, yes.
yeah, and then
Yes.
like after that, it's like all right, I can play GTA 6 on anything. Why would I buy an Xbox or a PlayStation? I can get this on Steam. I can play this streaming from like a handheld device or whatever, dude. Who knows? It might be a virtual reality thing, dude. Like it's so far, it may never come out, dude. It might always be like the white whale of
You know
gaming,
what?
dude.
In my friend group, I can only think of one person that probably won't get GTA 6, right? But even
Is it
then,
me?
no. I won't say it. They know who they are. So I think you'll get it. You won't get it right
Yeah,
away, but you'll get
yeah.
it
That's
because the
just
boys have it.
principle, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's definitely the next cultural touchstone, dude. It's
but that's it, dude. I think again, like
oh no, dude. Kojima
with it. No,
announced
this is it.
a
Dude.
game
This is
that's
like
coming
this.
out for the PlayStation 6. Like there will be others. Kojima's big enough to ride a wave for a new generation, dude. But
Sure, man.
it'll probably be the final capstone for this generation.
You know what that is? You know, Kojima is, he's kind of like the comic book Bones, where Bones was around during the 90s, through the crash, they survived. Before the crash, they survived. After the crash, they thrived because they were like able to, like, everyone else cleared out. It was just like,
Yeah.
we're here, I guess.
Bones
Like,
is-
everybody else is gone.
Bones is still so niche, though. Like the only
Yeah.
reason that you mentioned
They're
it,
selling
I did
millions
not
of
bat an
copies,
eye,
dude.
is because we both
They're
like
like-
ventured into that space, right? We both
Millions of
looked into it and
copies
stuff.
sold, dude. They're
Oh, yeah.
on Scholastic.
Dude,
They're in
dude,
libraries. Dude,
no. If I walk outside and ask, "Hey, have you read Bones?" No one's gonna tell me yes.
I'm sure if you
It's
showed
gonna-
them a picture of it, though, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know what that is."
Okay,
It's
all
like
right.
Charlie Brown,
Challenge-
dude. You know,
challenge
like a
accepted,
Peanuts, dude. You
I
start
doubt
like
it.
asking.
I doubt it because I've the only time I've mentioned Bones.
Careful,
anywhere,
man. You might make some new friends, dude.
That's true. I might. But you,
Like, you ever hear Bones? Like, oh, dude,
you
you
have been
want to
one
talk
of the only
Bones?
people who knew exactly what it was. But yeah, all right. But
You gotta end up running your mouth and finding out. Do you be like, yeah, you ever hear Bones? I'm like, yo, you want to talk Bones, bro? All right, bet. You'd be like, oh no, this shit. Like,
with that being said, though, man, we're past our time. But
dang,
I did want to touch on
work on your hobbies, stay passionate or whatever, dude.
stay passionate.
Do you.
Right? Don't
a
get
marathon,
after
not a
the A
sprint.
by giving the corporations all your money for nothing.
Save
when
your
you knew it
money,
was cheaper.
keep it simple, buy hard assets, dude.
I wanted to talk about EA
Invest in doubloons, dude. They're starting to
going
accept gold.
private for $50 billion. I don't want to touch on it right away. I just wanted to mention it that we are aware, but I want to see how this deal goes through before we talk about it.
Yeah.
Because
who knows? Deals fall through all the time.
True.
And I think
And-
like certain deals and mergers and stuff have to be approved at like a top level, like a
Yes.
FCC,
yeah.
FCC.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's like all these like filing and registration things before like they can finalize. And
Also, there's
It's a
a
lot to figure
large, foreign entity that's trying to purchase the majority share in it, or maybe like a large chunk, like 30-40%. So a lot of it is in speculation right now. So once that goes forward more, we'll talk about it, because EA has been at a point where they've they've come back as one of the jokes of the industry, right? Like Activision went to
Dang.
Microsoft, so their jokes are bundled within Microsoft. But
Yeah.
EA and Ubisoft are the final like large conglomerates that I'll take two, but that you're like, all their games are going to be ad driven nonsense, yearly copy paste releases and stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
so we'll see how it goes. But
So, all right, on that note, there's a lot of free flowing money out there. There's never been a better time to be a creator or a self publisher of a thing because you might get acquisitioned. But if it's like a fun thing, like you don't need to be on that level or thinking about that. But just know that there's people out there buying shit all the time, dude.
And be like the guy who made Bones. You could just keep thriving.
Be more like Bones, dude.
Be more
keep
like
doing
Bones.
you.
All right. For
Get
the
you a
Couple
business,
Level
babe.
Podcast, I'm Mr. Gimpy. That's
Chipmunk.
Bones fan since day one. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next week.
Peace.